This is News 8 Now, this morning.
So today we had over 100 people attend our cookout event. We launched our campaign just last week, and this was a real opportunity for people to get out and connect, not just with me, but with each other about a lot of our shared values.
There are many things in our community that are simply not accessible to folks with disabilities. A simple act of leaving home to go to a doctor appointment can have a lot of barriers to overcome.
I just think it's special because it gives us a chance to talk about our favorite pastimes and talk about the memories from years ago and on the sports field, in the court, wherever it might be. It gives everybody a chance to come together and kind of trade and talk about these different items and different sports things.
Good morning, everyone. That was your morning eye opener. I'm Dua Shar.
And I'm Derek Sibley.
It is July 24th, 2023. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
We're back again. Back to the beginning of the week. How was your weekend, Derek?
Oh, it was nice and relaxing. How was yours?
Mine was good, pretty busy.
Good.
I would say
Yeah.
I got a lot done this weekend.
Oh yeah? So you were productive then?
I was very productive
What'd you do?
this weekend.
Laundry and clean?
Yes,
and,
did like
okay.
a deep clean of my apartment, like everything that you could possibly think of.
Yeah, I mean, it's better to go ahead and knock it out early rather than just procrastinate about it. Yeah.
And you know, with this schedule, after the shows, you're just kind of like...
All you want to do is sleep.
Oh, absolutely. Yep. I'm just napping all the time after I get home. So I was like, I have to get everything done.
The struggle is real on this shift,
Oh,
y'all.
absolutely.
Believe us when we tell you that.
Absolutely. Well, it was very, very foggy when I was getting into work this morning. And, you know, now it's just kind of expanding.
Yeah, exactly. And that's exactly what we have. Now, there are no dense fog advisories in effect right now, but it is low here in some portions of the area, including areas like La Crosse, as a matter of fact. So we'll get right to it, and you can see what we're dealing with here this morning, which is visibilities that are low that we need to use those low beam headlights here for. And in fact, you can see from our city cam, looking at some of those very foggy weather conditions this morning on the left side of your screen. Now on the right side, you can see our visibility is looking very, very low here this morning in many spots out there. So keep your low beam headlights on and make sure to slow down as you are on your morning commute. Check out the visibility levels now. Sparta, you're currently at 0, same in Eau Claire. La Crosse, 5 miles. I think it's a little bit lower than that here, however. 4 miles currently being read in Winona. Also want to mention, too, that we have air quality alerts in effect for Wisconsin. This is going into effect from 7 a.m. this morning until noon today. Current temperature readings are into the 60s, 63 in La Crosse, 58 degrees currently in Eau Claire. We're off to a pretty clear start besides that fog. Really not seeing anything aloft in the air, but maybe just some showers here around the Rusk County area, northern Wisconsin. So after that fog clears out, we're looking mostly sunny today with those temperatures into those upper 80s to low 90s, making it yet another hot day here this afternoon. I'll have a check on your full weather forecast coming up in a few minutes. We're going to talk more about the heat here coming up this week. Dua?
Thanks, Derek. Well, let's get to some news this morning. We have an update on the missing teenager from Lafarge. Erica has been located and is safe. The Vernon County Sheriff's Office would like to thank everyone for their help in finding her. Several Coulee region counties are now eligible for federal aid because of severe drought conditions. 27 Wisconsin counties now have the disaster designation. The main counties eligible include Crawford, Juneau, Monroe, Vernon, and Richland. La Crosse and Jackson counties are also eligible as neighboring counties. They all saw 8 or more consecutive weeks of severe drought conditions during growing season. People in those counties have until March 18 of next year to apply for USDA emergency loans. For more information on eligibility, we have a link on our website, news8000.com. Rebecca Cook has announced her candidacy for Wisconsin's 3rd Congressional District House of Representatives seat. Cook held a cookout in Eau Claire to launch her campaign. She is hoping to flip the district back to blue after Republican Derek Van Orden won the seat in 2022 following Representative Ron Kind's retirement. Van Orden is the first Republican to hold the seat in over 25 years. Cook says the cookout allowed people to engage with each other and learn more about her candidacy.
So today we had over 100 people attend our cookout event. We launched our campaign just last week, and this was a real opportunity for people to get out and connect, not just with me, but with each other about a lot of our shared values.
Cook plans on holding other cookouts across the 3rd District to meet with more constituents. La Crosse, Stevens Point, and Platteville will be some of the locations of those future cookouts. People in La Crosse got a taste of the Mediterranean. The St. Elias Orthodox Church hosted its annual Mediterranean Festival. The church has hosted this festival to raise money and share the multiple cultures that the church represents with La Crosse residents since 1976. Attendees enjoyed an afternoon full of food and entertainment. Richard E. Marcos, the co-publicity chairman, has been a part of the church since he was little. He says that even after 49 years, the festival has stayed the same.
It has not changed much. The basics are the same. We've served the same sheish tavuk, the chicken dinner, the lamb dinner, and the falafel. The entertainment has had a slight change to it. It was primarily a Lebanese Syrian form of entertainment, but now we are more Eastern European now, with Bulgarians, Russians, Ukrainians, and Serbians, and Americans, for crying out loud.
The church is hoping to have a drive-through festival in the fall. They are also planning a building expansion project that will help people with disabilities. Sports and trading card lovers had the chance to add to their collections over the weekend. The Onalaska Omni Center hosted its second card and sports memorabilia show of the year. There are more than 50 tables of vendors selling trading cards, collectibles, and sports memorabilia. The sales and marketing coordinator for the Omni Center says that one of the best parts of the show is the opportunity for vendors and attendees to enjoy their hobbies together.
I just think it's special because it gives us a chance to talk about our favorite pastimes and talk about the memories from years ago and on the sports field, in the court, wherever it might be. It gives everybody a chance to come together and kind of trade and talk about these different items and different sports things.
The Omni Center will have another sports card and memorabilia show in February around the Super Bowl and plans to continue having 2 shows a year. Jazz in the Park returned to downtown La Crosse. The outdoor event brings community members to Riverside Park to hear music from the La Crosse Jazz Orchestra. The orchestra plays a variety of music starting from the first days of jazz to more modern hits. The Jazz in the Park series is held every Sunday in July. The event is always set to start at 7 in the evening at Riverside Park. A Panda Express is coming to Valley View Mall in La Crosse. A La Crosse planning committee met virtually with company representatives to discuss the plans and initial designs for the chain restaurant's arrival. The proposed restaurant is a new prototype of Panda Express, which only one of currently exists nationally. The site will feature a double drive-through, outdoor parking, and an outdoor patio. Developers say they hope to begin construction later this year. Disability advocacy groups took over Copeland Park for the 2nd annual Disability Pride Festival. The festival has been in La Crosse since last year. It was inspired by the Disability Pride Fest in Madison and No Limits Ability Awareness Week in Green Bay. The festival gives groups a chance to mingle and collaborate. 27 groups ranging from activists to service groups came out to celebrate. Organizer Brittany Zymed says that another reason why the festival is so important is to connect disability groups with the disabled of La Crosse.
There are many things in our community that are simply not accessible to folks with disabilities. A simple act of leaving home to go to a doctor appointment can have a lot of barriers to overcome. There are resources here. We've got a lot of great community groups that can help people overcome those barriers in the community to become more involved people.
Simons plans on bringing the festival back to La Crosse next year. Well, still ahead on your morning news, we'll explain how the Biden administration is showing that devices meet U.S. security standards. And one bank's attempt to stop fraud is backfiring on its customers. That and more is coming up this morning. For now, we're sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. British police are putting the Easter Bunny behind bars. A court sentenced Joby Poole to 18 months in jail for stealing 200,000 Cadbury cream eggs worth about $40,000. According to PA Media, Poole used a stolen tractor last February to tow a trailer full of eggs from a Cadbury industrial site. He didn't get very far and was pulled over and arrested during the getaway. After Poole's arrest, local police took to social media saying they had, quote, helped save Easter and called the incident a, quote, extravagant theft. Well, don't go anywhere. Your consumer news at News 8 Now this morning is after the break.
Very foggy start here this morning, but other than that, our local satellite and radar picture is looking quiet. A few showers swirl to our north here. Temperatures are into the 50s, 60s. We got 63 degrees now in La Crosse. Temperatures in Eau Claire, well, you're currently into the upper 50s, 58 degrees there for you. Winona's at 61. Sparta this morning at 52 degrees. Meanwhile, your dog walking conditions mostly sunny here after we get through the fog later this morning, then turning sunny and pretty hot here this afternoon. Still pretty sunny and warm as we head into early this evening. High temperatures today warming up into those upper 80s and low 90s. In fact, in Onalaska and La Crosse today, you're looking at highs roughly around 91 degrees and a high of 91 also expected further south in Shelby. We're looking at 84, however, in Viroqua. Meanwhile, very comfortable today in Westby, 86. New Albin today at 88 degrees. La Crescent looking pretty hot, though, with that high of 91. Trempealeau, you'll be at 88. Blair's at 87 today. Winona's at 87 as well. Black River Falls into the upper 80s. And the same could be said here in the Chippewa Valley today as well, with that high expected to be roughly 88 degrees this afternoon in Eau Claire. Now stay tuned. I'll have a check on your 4-weather forecast coming up again. We'll talk about the foggy conditions that we're seeing outside. When can we expect that to clear? Plus, we have some pretty dangerous heat to talk about here later this week. All that and more in just a bit.
In your consumer news this morning, some smart devices could be getting a new look on the label. The Biden administration wants to put a Cyber Trust logo on devices that meet the U.S. government's cybersecurity standards. That could include smart TVs, baby monitors, security cameras, climate control systems, and other devices. It would be similar to the Energy Star stickers we see now for energy-efficient devices. The new logo could show up as early as next year. Well, just in time for the dog days of summer, McDonald's is coming out with a new McFlurry. The burger chain says it's introducing the Peanut Butter Crunch McFlurry. The new treat is made with vanilla soft serve, pieces of chocolate peanut butter cookies, and a crispy cereal mix. McDonald's says the Peanut Butter Crunch McFlurry will only be available for a limited time starting August 9th. A growing number of bank customers are having their accounts shut down without much warning or explanation, leaving them without access to their money. Kristen Lazar explains how a bank's attempt to prevent fraud is causing a problem.
When we met Elad Niharai and his family, they had been at this Bank of America for hours, trying to get access to their life savings. That morning, when Elad tried to log into his online bank account, he got this alert.
Bank of America told me it was shut down. They refused to give me an explanation. They told me I would get my money after it was resolved,
which he says he was told would take 10 to 20 days.
All of a sudden I find out I'm broke, I can't feed my family, and I can't pay any expenses.
Elad tweeted about his experience and it went viral, with some commenting on how it had also happened to them.
I was shocked to find out that this is actually relatively common.
Banking expert J.D. Kuntz says the reason banks shut down accounts is because their algorithm for fraud detection has flagged the account for suspicious behavior.
And unfortunately, some good people are being caught in the net with the bad when they try to weed out who may be causing problems.
Elad believes his account was flagged because he recently was the victim of an email scam and reported it to the FBI. We reached out to Bank of America. They wouldn't discuss Elad's case, but directed us to the customer agreement that states the bank may close your checking or savings account at any time without advance notice. Eventually, the bank did allow Elad to transfer his money into another account. He decided to then move it to a credit union. Experts recommend putting your money in multiple accounts at different banks. So if your account is closed down, you are not left without access to any money.
If you find that your bank account is locked, make sure to call or visit your bank right away to figure out why. Most of the times, you just need to confirm that you were the one to make a purchase the bank thought was suspicious. Well, that's it for your morning consumer news. Let's check in with Derek and get today's forecast.
All right, thanks for that, Duo. We are looking at some poor visibility levels right now thanks to all the fog that you're seeing here behind me from City Cam 8 in at La Crosse. Check out the some of the visibility reports coming in now. 0 miles for both areas like Black River Falls and also into areas like Sparta East into Volkfield and also Richland Center into Eau Claire. Looking at low visibilities around 0. Meanwhile, in La Crosse, we're looking at 5-mile visibility, but I think it's a little bit lower from what we're seeing here from City Cam currently in La Crosse. It's currently 63 degrees in La Crosse, but meanwhile, in Eau Claire, you're also looking foggy here as well. Temperatures here at 58 degrees. All right, so I do want to also mention that we have air quality alerts in effect here for much of the Coulee region. This is going to go from 7 a.m. today until noon tomorrow. So if you happen to fall under that sensitive group category, limit yourself outside. Try to stay inside as much as possible. You know the drill when it comes to these things. Our current temperatures are into the 50s and 60s. At the moment, we're seeing 61 currently in Winona, 52 in Sparta. Temperatures in Viroqua are currently very comfortable at 64 degrees. Today's planner, 84 and sunny by noon, 90 degrees and lots of sunshine by around 4 o'clock. And then by early this evening, temperatures will be at 84 degrees under mostly sunny skies, with forecast high temperatures expected to rise into the upper 80s in some spots like La Crosse today, reaching the low 90s this afternoon. And this is what we can expect here for the rest of this week. As a matter of fact, a bit of a heat wave here for much of the Coulee region, as we're going to be expecting some pretty extreme temperature readings for our highs this week, especially on days like Thursday, where we could be near those triple-digit readings, and Friday around a high of around 95 degrees can certainly be a possibility here for us this week. So we do have this frontal boundary currently positioned around the area. That front's going to be stalling out here a little bit throughout the day today, not really doing too much in terms of our temperatures. It's a very weak, nearly stationary frontal boundary that's expected to occur as we head into this afternoon, and also could give way to a few light showers and a couple of thunderstorms for portions of our extreme northwestern communities if they hold together and then move east into eastern Wisconsin as we head into early tomorrow morning. And then fast forwarding to tomorrow afternoon, we're looking at some clouds, but they will increase here as we head into tonight. As I'm watching this next disturbance take shape back to the west, you can see some of those showers, thunderstorms, and just widespread cloud cover in general. If that activity holds together, we could be looking at slight storm chances to work with as we head into tomorrow night and then once again on Wednesday. Could see another slight chance of storms on Friday, but really the main story here as far as this week goes with our weather is just that we're expecting some very hot highs into the 90s to even the triple digits at times, and pretty dry. Stay with us, though. We're back with much more news and weather still to come on News 8 Now this morning. We're taking a quick break with a look what happened on this day in history for July 24th. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the Morning Blitz. Yesterday was day 3 of Legion Baseball Regionals, and teams were looking to punch their ticket into the Legion State Tournament. Over in Onalaska, the day started with Onalaska defeating West Salem, which set up a rematch in the regional championship game. We go to Rick Stewart Memorial Field. Onalaska needing 2 wins to advance to state. Holman needing just 1. Scoreless game early on, in large part to some great pitching and good defense. Holman threatening, but Ben Foss gets the strikeout, and then Bennett Janikowski throws out the runner. Not your everyday double play, but inning over. 4th inning, man on third for Holman's Jared Roddering, and he's going to line one out to left field. The run comes in to score, and Holman strikes first, 1-0. Later in the game, and Holman would start to turn it on. Man on for Calvin Gilbertson, and he sends one into center field. Hayden Goodell comes in to score as Holman would run away with it 13-0, and they now advance to the Legion State Tournament. They'll kick things off in Ashwaubenon this Friday at 12:30. All right, Brewers going for a series win against the Braves. Crew down 1 in the 3rd, but with nobody on, Bryce Terang sends one high and deep to right. That's a no-doubter. Terang with a solo home run ties this game at 1. Next inning, runners at the corners for Owen Miller, and he's going to sky one out to center field. That's going to be caught. Basal Freelick tags up from 3rd, and Milwaukee takes the lead, but things would fall apart in the 8th. 2 men on for Ozzy Alves, and he's going to take Elvis Peguero deep. A 3-run home run puts the Braves on top and snaps the Brewers bullpen 29-inning scoreless streak. Braves would close it out and get the win 4-2, and Milwaukee now leads Cincinnati by just a half game in the division, and they start a 3-game series against each other starting tomorrow. Staying in the division, Cubs trying to take 3 out of 4 against the Cardinals, and Cody Bellinger continues to build his trade stock. Here's a 2-run home run in the first inning. There's some trade rumors going on with him, and hey, maybe the Brewers should give them a call. Third inning now, 2 on for Dansby Swanson, and he lines one into center field. A run comes in to score. It's 4-0 Cubs. Cardinals down to their final out, and it's called strike 3 to end it. Cubs get the win 7-2 and are 5.5 games back from a wild card spot. And in Minnesota, Twins were going for the sweep against the White Sox. We'll skip to the 9th inning. Twins down 3, but trying to make a comeback. Willie Castro finds the outfield gap. A run comes in to score from second. Minnesota now down 2. Then after a sacrifice fly, Alex Kirilloff is going to tie this game up. He finds the grass out in left field. Castro comes in to score. This game is going to extra innings. 4-4 in the 12th inning, and with runners in scoring position, Ryan Jeffers is going to walk it off. He scores the walk-off RBI single as the Twins get the sweep 5-4 in 12 innings. That'll do it for the Blitz. We'll see you tonight. Welcome to the Morning Blitz. Yesterday was day 3 of Legion Baseball Regionals, and teams were looking to punch their ticket into the Legion State Tournament. Over in Onalaska, the day started with Onalaska defeating West Salem, which set up a rematch in the regional championship game. We go to Rick Stewart Memorial Field, Onalaska needing 2 wins to advance to state, Holman needing just 1. Scoreless game early on, in large part to some great pitching and good defense. Holman threatening, but Ben Foss gets the strikeout, and then Bennett Janikowski throws out the runner. Not your everyday double play, but inning over. 4th inning, man on third for Holman's Jared Roddering, and he's going to line one out to left field. The run comes in to score, and Holman strikes first, 1-0. Later in the game, and Holman would start to turn it on. Man on for Calvin Gilbertson, and he sends one into center field. Hayden Goodell comes in to score as Holman would run away with it 13-0, and they now advance to the Legion State Tournament. They'll kick things off in Ashwaubenon this Friday at 12:30. All right, Brewers going for a series win against the Braves. Crew down 1 in the 3rd, but with nobody on, Bryce Terang sends one high and deep to right. That's a no-doubter. Terang with a solo home run ties this game at 1. Next inning, runners at the corners for Owen Miller, and he's going to sky one out to center field. That's going to be caught. Basal Frelick tags up from 3rd, and Milwaukee takes the lead, but things would fall apart in the 8th. 2 men on for Ozzy Alves, and he's going to take Elvis Peguero deep. A 3-run home run puts the Braves on top and snaps the Brewers bullpen 29-inning scoreless streak. Braves would close it out and get the win 4-2, and Milwaukee now leads Cincinnati by just a half game in the division, and they start a 3-game series against each other starting tomorrow. Staying in the division, Cubs trying to take 3 out of 4 against the Cardinals, and Cody Bellinger continues to build his trade stock. Here's a 2-run home run in the first inning. There's some trade rumors going on with him, and hey, maybe the Brewers should give them a call. 3rd inning now, 2 on for Dansby Swanson, and he lines one into center field. A run comes in to score. It's 4-0 Cubs. Cardinals down to their final out, and it's called strike 3 to end it. Cubs get the win 7-2 and are 5.5 games back from a wild card spot. And in Minnesota, Twins were going for the sweep against the White Sox. We'll skip to the 9th inning. Twins down 3, but trying to make a comeback. Willie Castro finds the outfield gap. A run comes in to score from second. Minnesota now down 2. Then after a sacrifice fly, Alex Kirilloff is going to tie this game up. He finds the grass out in left field. Castro comes in to score. This game is going to extra innings. 4-4 in the 12th inning, and with runners in scoring position, Ryan Jeffers is going to walk it off. He scores the walk-off RBI single as the Twins get the sweep 5-4 in 12 innings. That'll do it for the Blitz. We'll see you tonight.
Jerry here with Stockman's of Osseo, inviting you to the area's largest car show, August 19th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Bring your street rod, bring your hot rod, bring your rat rod, bring anything on wheels. We'll be looking for you.
Double the value and double the savings with your home improvement company. For a limited time, buy 2 windows and get 2 windows free. Get twice the windows at half the cost. Call today and enjoy 0 interest and 0 payments until 2025. Our team of trained and certified professionals will ensure your project is done right the first time. Call or go online to schedule your free consultation and take advantage of our buy 2, get 2 windows free. Your home improvement company, where it's your home made better.
While I was reaching into the truck to grab a chain, I got hit by a car, and it crushed my left leg, severing it, and then it severely broke my right leg as well.
One thing that I am so grateful for is that my husband, throughout this whole incident, he wasn't bitter about any of it. He was just grateful. And part of that gratefulness is having someone like Schwebel Getz & Sieben on our side taking care of us. I would definitely recommend Schwebel Getz & Sieben to anyone. They're just top notch.
That's a pretty tight spot.
Watch this.
Your Buick parks itself. That's so you.
Of course you know where we're going. That's so you.
I got a 6th sense.
And a head-up display.
They're here. At the heart of every Buick SUV is you.
Get 2.49% APR and no monthly payments for 90 days on 2023 Buick SUV models. Visit your Best Choice Buick dealer today.
We all know how weather goes around here. So why not take the First Warn team with you? Stay weather aware with hourly temps and conditions, video forecasts, and interactive radar. And the best part? It's easy to use. Here, try it.
When you feel that chill in the air, make sure your furnace will keep you comfortable.
Call G&T Heating and Air Conditioning. Quality you can count on, experience you can trust.
With over 50 years of combined experience, G&T services residential and commercial within 50 miles of West Salem.
Are you tired of looking out your dirty windows? Cooley Region Window Cleaning is here to help. Locally owned with honest and fair pricing, and satisfaction is always guaranteed. More than dirty windows? If it's on your house, we can clean it. Call 769-7048 today for your free quote and get $100 off your service. Cooley Region Window Cleaning, we're doggone good. Call 769-7048 today or visit CooleyRegionWindowCleaning.com.
Jerry here with Stockman's of Osseo, inviting you to the area's largest car show, August 19th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Bring your street rod, bring your hot rod, bring your rat rod, bring anything on wheels. We'll be looking for you.
Run from the Sun, August 12th.
Expect more from News 8 Now. Thanks for watching.
The Department of Justice is threatening to sue the state of Texas if Governor Greg Abbott does not remove a floating barrier along the Rio Grande River by this afternoon. The DOJ says that the state's actions not only violate federal law, but also raise humanitarian concerns. Skylar Henry has the details.
There are growing frustrations over what officials are calling a new humanitarian crisis at the U.S.-Mexico border.
People need to wake up because it's costing our taxpayer dollars, but sadly it's resulting in the death of innocent people.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott recently signed off on placing this floating barrier along the Rio Grande earlier this month in an attempt to limit border crossings. But critics are calling the move inhumane, saying migrants could get stuck underneath and drown or injured by newly installed barbed wire along the river.
They're bumping into that razor wire without being able to see it is just extremely cruel and barbaric.
In a letter issued last Thursday to Governor Abbott, the DOJ says the floating barrier poses navigation and public safety risks and presents humanitarian concerns. On Friday, Governor Abbott tweeted, "Texas has the sovereign authority to defend our border," adding the tragic humanitarian crisis on the border was created because of President Biden's refusal to secure it, claiming the administration's open border policies encourage migrants to risk their lives. Some lawmakers say addressing immigration reform is the best route forward.
We can't just wait on the president to solve things. We can't wait for governors to try to fix it themselves. Congress has a role to play in this. The Biden administration pushed back against Governor Abbott's accusations, saying it was Republicans who voted against the Department of Homeland Security request for additional funding and against comprehensive immigration reform. The DOJ says the state of Texas has until 2 p.m. on Monday to get rid of that barrier.
The global surge in food insecurity is having a direct impact on the mental health of young people. That's according to researchers in Canada who find children and adolescents who lack a nutritious diet due to finances are 74% more likely to visit an emergency room or hospital for anxiety or substance abuse disorder compared to kids with adequate food supplies. People with HIV may have a new tool to help their heart against the virus. According to a study published in the New England Journal of Medicine, the drug pitavastatin could reduce heart complications by up to 35%. The drug is used to lower high cholesterol, and researchers say, according to a phase 3 clinical trial, it appears to provide protection from issues including heart attacks, heart failure, and strokes. HIV weakens a body's immune system because patients are vulnerable to potentially fatal diseases. An increasingly popular tool to fight cancer is giving patients new hope. Biomarker testing looks for specific genes or markers to better customize treatment plans for patients. Doctors and patients call the advancement a game changer for care.
Any pain today?
Dr. Sydney Barnett looks like the picture of health. Making rounds in the oncology unit at Luminous Health Anne Arundel Medical Center, you would never know she's a cancer patient herself.
I remember just having a whirlwind of emotions and just not understanding how this was even possible.
Her diagnosis of stage 4 lung cancer came at age 33, a complete shock for the active non-smoker in her medical residency at the time. Dr. Barnett says because of her age, doctors tested her tumor for specific characteristics or biomarkers to help pinpoint how best to fight it.
That we have moved away from a one-size-fits-all.
Dr. Vincent Lamb of Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine says biomarker testing, which can give clues about targeted treatments, can mean the difference between life or death.
That could be the difference between chemotherapy that may only work for a few months, for example, for some of our stage 4 lung cancer patients, as compared to a pill that the patient can take for years.
Where does this research go next?
Well, we're just scratching the surface.
The biomarker testing has allowed Dr. Barnett to avoid chemo and radiation and live a normal life for the past 6 years.
I'm able to work full time, I'm able to work out, I'm able to go traveling with my friends and family.
She's grateful for the research.
Thankfully, it is buying us some time, but a lot of us run out of time. So we need more.
And hopes one day it leads to a cure.
Studies show racial and geographic disparities in accessibility to biomarker testing, and doctors say insurance coverage has lagged behind the innovation. They urge anyone fighting cancer to talk to your healthcare provider about whether or not you're eligible for biomarker testing. A Wisconsin man won the Hemingway Lookalike Contest in Hemingway Days. Garrett Marshall is a retired broadcast engineer from Madison. After 11 tries, Marshall won the Lookalike Contest on his 68th birthday, just a day after what would have been Ernest Hemingway's 124th birthday. He was victorious over the 140 other contestants.
Like Hemingway, I have a love of the outdoors. I love fishing, one heck of a lot. I enjoy family. I know he did too. I only have one wife, but that doesn't matter. That's all I need.
The annual Hemingway Days in Key West salute the adventurous lifestyle and literary talent of the Nobel Prize-winning author. Hemingway lived in Key West for 11 years. During that time, the author wrote many of his most famous works, including To Have and Not Have, The Snows of Kilimanjaro, and For Whom the Bells Toll. A national Democratic law firm filed a new lawsuit in Wisconsin to once again allow voters to return absentee ballots in drop boxes. The Elias Law Group is filing the suit at a time when the court could soon have a friendlier outlook on the policy. In less than 2 weeks, Wisconsin's Supreme Court will flip from a conservative majority to a liberal one. Election law challenges are one issue the new liberal-controlled court could make decisions on that may change current state policy. While tens of millions of Americans from the southwest to the southern tip of Florida remain under excessive heat warnings, through local officials are hoping a forecast and rainfall of storms could bring some relief this week. Naomi Ruckham has more on how people and some animals are dealing with the deadly heat.
Amid an unrelenting heat wave, 2 women hiking at a Nevada state park were found dead after other hikers reported them missing Saturday. Nevada State Police have not released details on how they died, as temperatures there, like much of the Southwest, hit triple-digit highs over the weekend. Further south in Texas, a father smashed through a windshield to pull out his baby boy, who was accidentally locked in the family's hot car. In Arizona, a school librarian's shoes melted on the scorching street as he stood outside to help children through the crosswalk.
This part of the shoe, right here, was like this.
Phoenix has endured more than 3 straight weeks of temperatures over 110 degrees, shattering records. The heat there is not just a threat to people, but also animals like Elvis the tortoise and Chuti the rhino at the Phoenix Zoo.
This is one of the ways that we help them cool down in this heat.
In Washington state, a fast-growing wildfire has forced evacuations. The dry weather and winds making it tough for firefighters to battle the blaze, which has already burned more than 30,000 acres in less than 24 hours.
Climate scientists say July is on track to become the hottest month on record, with high temperatures also punishing other parts of the globe, including southern Europe. In his Sunday message, Pope Francis addressed the heat wave and called on world leaders to do more to tackle climate change. And now here's Derek to tell us what to expect for our morning commute. Derek, I hear that we're also going to get extremely high temperatures.
Yes, exactly. We're going to be looking pretty hot here this week, too, so get ready for that. And also a very foggy start here to kick off this new work week here this morning. As you can see behind me, things are very foggy. Low visibilities here are being read across the map, anywhere between around 0 to 5 miles or so across many locations. So make sure to use your low beam headlights and drive extra slow here on your morning commute. It's currently 63 degrees right now under those mostly cloudy skies, and visibility levels here in La Crosse are currently running at 5 miles. Probably a little bit lower to be said in Eau Claire. Visibility is currently at 1. Temperatures at 60 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Keep in mind we also have air quality alerts in effect going from 7 o'clock this morning until noon tomorrow. So if you fall under the sensitive group category, make sure to limit yourself outside. Spend more time inside if you can. Current temperature readings are mainly into the 60s. We got 60 degrees currently in Eau Claire, and temperatures down in La Crosse currently at 63. Same temperature in Winona. We're seeing the 50s here, however, areas towards the east in Sparta at 53. A check on that full weather forecast is still to come in just a bit. Also coming up on our Buzz Report, Hallmark is premiering a new Christmas movie on its Christmas in July cruise. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Well, sure is a very foggy start here from City Cam 8 in downtown La Crosse. You could barely see anything from our City Cam here at the station. Meanwhile, check out these visibility reports here on the other side of your screen. We're looking at very low visibility levels courtesy of that fog here, reducing visibility levels to 0 in both areas like Sparta and also into Black River Falls. Currently reading 2 miles in Neillsville, and also we just updated here La Crosse, currently running at 2 miles as well. Eau Claire, you're currently looking at 1 mile visibility. Here's what it currently looks like as far as the rest of our conditions go in La Crosse. 63 degrees, cloudy skies thanks to all the fog outside. Very humid at 93% relative humidity, and also pretty humid to the north in Eau Claire as well. 93% relative humidity here, 60 degrees, mostly cloudy, wind speeds looking nice and calm. Also want to mention here to you too this morning, air quality alerts are in effect for much of the Coulee region. This is going to start at 7 o'clock this morning and then go until noon tomorrow. So if you happen to fall under that sensitive group category, limit yourself outside. Spend more time inside. You know the drill when it comes to these air quality alerts. Is what we've been dealing with here so far most of the summer. Current temperature readings are into the 60s. We have 63 further west in areas like Winona. We're at 53 currently, however, if you're in Sparta. And a check now on your planner, 65 degrees, mostly sunny at 7. By noon, 84 degrees and sunny. And then we're going to turn hot here by around 4 o'clock today. High of 90 under sunny skies, and then mostly sunny, 84 degrees by early on this evening at around 8 o'clock tonight, with forecast highs expected to reach the upper 80s and even the low 90s in areas like La Crosse today. You're looking at a high of roughly 91 degrees, and we'll be under a bit of a heat wave here this week. The models are indicating that we could be looking at these high temperatures soaring into the mid 90s, and in fact some days like Thursday could even near those triple-digit like temperatures. We could even be nearing or flirting with record highs by around Thursday, and then possibly once again on Friday, and you can see those highs in the 90s continue continue throughout much of this week as well. Heading into early next week, we may cool down a little bit here. We'll keep our eyes on that. But we do have a frontal boundary currently positioned around the southern coulee region there. That front is going to hang around here, it looks like, and turn nearly stationary by this afternoon. We could even see a few showers and storms right up along that nearly weakening stationary frontal boundary by 11 o'clock tonight. If they hold together, they could make their way east into the Chippewa Valley overnight into early tomorrow. By 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, they should be around eastern Wisconsin, then clearing out of here by tomorrow afternoon. And then we just got left over with cloudy skies. We'll keep the clouds in place here for the majority of tomorrow. We'll increase the clouds by tomorrow night as well. And we could be looking at some slight chances of rain and thunderstorms with that next system here moving in from the west, which is why I do have slim storm chances for tomorrow night and then once again Wednesday, possibly on Friday too. But the main story is going to be the heat. Highs in the low to mid 90s, lows into the 60s and 70s under mainly dry conditions.
In our Morning Buzz report, it's Christmas in July for Hallmark Channel fans. Stars of the channel's Christmas movie will be joining fans on a trip to the Bahamas aboard the Norwegian Gem. The cruise includes wine tastings, photo ops, and the premiere of a new holiday movie. Tickets for the November 2024 voyage are now on sale at HallmarkChannelCruise.com.
Being Miss America was the darkest time in my life.
The documentary series Secrets of Miss America goes backstage to expose tarnish on the crown of America's oldest beauty pageant. Pageant insiders, including 22 former Miss Americas, along with whistleblowers, critics, and executives, share their stories. Secrets of Miss America is now streaming on A&E with new episodes every Monday.
You want to sell high-end stuffed Himalayan cats.
Understuffed, actually, for greater posability.
We're professionals. We're giving the people what they need.
The comedy drama The Beanie Bubble, loosely based on the chronicles of the rise and fall of the Beanie Baby craze, is set to hit theaters. The tiny animals, or not theaters, sorry, Apple TV. The tiny animals stuffed with plastic pellets caused a frenzy among children and collectors in the 1990s. Then years later, the fad flamed out. Zach Galifianakis plays Beanie Baby inventor Ty Warner. Elizabeth Banks co-stars as his business partner. The Beanie Bubble is streaming now on Apple TV. A double delay for challengers. The tennis film is the latest movie pushed back due to the SAG-AFTRA strike against the studios and streaming services. With star Zendaya unable to promote the film due to the union strike rules, instead of reaching theaters this September, it'll come out sometime next year. And MGM canceled its planned world premiere at the Venice Film Festival this August. I am looking forward to seeing The Challengers whenever it does come out.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen the trailer. It's like this thriller about Zendaya and these two tennis players that are both in love with her, and she ends up marrying one of them.
Interesting.
And they meet up like years later at another tennis tournament.
Okay.
Yes, very fascinating.
Well, if you're a fan of that, fan of tennis, I guess, right, it's something to check out.
If you're a fan of Zendaya, I think she's
so in
fantastic.
general, then it's okay.
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
Have you seen anything with Zendaya in it?
Maybe.
Spider-Man, Greatest Showman.
Okay.
She's MJ.
Then there you go.
All right. Well, did you watch the Barbie movie in Oppenheimer?
I haven't seen it yet, but I will. I will
All right.
do. I just haven't seen it. You've seen more.
Both. I watched both, actually.
Whatever. All right. So we got a handful of birthdays
Yes,
today.
we do.
We got 7 of them, as a matter of fact. We're going to start off with Xavier, who's turning 8 today. Now, Xavier is a very chill baby who is always smiling and giggling. He loves to splash in his grandpa's pool.
Happy 8 months to Leonard. Leonard is a smiley, happy guy who loves being outside and watching Derek's forecast every morning.
Thank you so much, Leonard. Well, happy 8 months to Archer. Archer loves to bounce in his jumper, roll around on the floor, and of course, he loves to eat.
Happy 8th birthday to Brad. Brad likes swimming, eating peanut butter cups, and doing math equations.
Yeah, we got a mathematician here on our hands. Could be a future math teacher or something. Never know.
Yep.
Happy 8th birthday to Leilani.
Leilani.
Oh gosh, I can never get this word right. Leilani.
Leilani.
Oh, I did it again. Leilani.
Leilani.
Okay, forget it. Loves dancing, unicorns, and cats. I'm sorry if I butchered
Happy birthday,
the name.
Leilani.
Yeah.
Happy 8th birthday to Kaylee. Kaylee enjoys playing with her siblings, and her favorite thing is making meatloaf with a lot of ketchup.
Happy 88th birthday to Darlene. Darlene loves to go for a drive and loves the Brewers.
Well, if you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 88, we'd love to feature them.
That's right. Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com, and look for the Submit Pictures button underneath the Home tab on our website.
Stay with us. We have everything you need to know today in 5 minutes or less. Your morning news now is up next. On your morning news now, we have an update on the missing teenager from Lafarge. Erica has been located and is safe. The Vernon County Sheriff's Office would like to thank everyone for their help in finding her. Several Coulee region counties are now eligible for federal aid because of severe drought conditions. 27 Wisconsin counties now have the disaster designation. The main counties eligible include Crawford, Juneau, Monroe, Vernon, and Richland. La Crosse and Jackson counties are also eligible as neighboring counties. They all saw 8 or more consecutive weeks of severe drought conditions during growing season. People in those counties have until March 18 of next year to apply for USDA emergency loans. For more information on eligibility, we have a link on our website. People in La Crosse got a taste of the Mediterranean. The St. Elias Orthodox Church hosted its annual Mediterranean Festival. The church has hosted this festival to raise money and share the multiple cultures that the church represents with La Crosse residents since 1976. Attendees enjoyed an afternoon full of food and entertainment. Richard E. Marcos, the co-publicity chairman, has been a part of the church since he was little. He says that even after 49 years, the festival has stayed the same.
It has not changed much. The basics are the same. We've served the same sheish tawuk, the chicken dinner, the lamb dinner, and the falafel. The entertainment has had a slight change to it. It was primarily a Lebanese Syrian form of entertainment, but now we are more Eastern European now, with Bulgarians, Russians, Ukrainians, and Serbians, and Americans, for crying out loud.
The church is hoping to have a drive-through festival in the fall. They are also planning a building expansion project that will help people with disabilities. Sports and trading card lovers had the chance to add their collections over the weekend. The Onalaska Omni Center hosted its second card and sports memorabilia show of the year. There were more than 50 tables of vendors selling trading cards, collectibles, and sports memorabilia. The sales and marketing coordinator for the Omni Center says that one of the best parts of the show is the opportunity for vendors and attendees to enjoy their hobby together.
I just think it's special because it gives us a chance to talk about our favorite pastimes and talk about the memories from years ago and on the sports field, in the court, wherever it might be. It gives everybody a chance to come together and kind of trade and talk about these different items and different sports things.
The Omni Center will have another sports card memorabilia show in February, and we're going to send it over to Derek for the weather.
All right, so let's take a look here. We got mostly sunny skies after that fog clears out of here this morning. We'll be looking at highs into the upper 80s to low 90s this afternoon. And overall, a pretty hot day out of that southwest wind to work with as well, at around 5 miles an hour or so. Keep in mind today we have air quality alerts in effect here for much of the Coulee region starting at 7 o'clock this morning and going until noon tomorrow. A check on your 8-day forecast showing that highs are going to be very hot this week into those low to mid 90s. In fact, near the end of the work week, Thursday could be a high of 100, 95 on Friday. Those 2 days I'm watching closely for some record-breaking high temperatures possible. Other than that, mixed clouds and sun, only very slight chance of rain and storms. Probably the best chances on days like Wednesday and Friday, but other than that, just very dry and a hot 8-day forecast there.
100.
100 degrees. Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen the triple digits. Yep, so we'll have to watch out for some record-breaking highs. My best advice, stay near the pool if you can. Take a dip there and, you know, just, I don't know, stay cool as much as you can out there. Blast that AC, do what you gotta do. It's gonna be it's gonna be a bit of a doozy here this week. And if that's a word.
Definitely not the time to do any outdoor activities.
No,
this
I
is
don't
the
think so.
perfect excuse to stay home.
See a movie too. Go see Barbie.
A movie,
Go
sit
see
in
Oppenheimer.
the cool air conditioned. Go see a double feature. Barbie,
go.
Oppenheimer. Stay in the movie theater for about 6 hours.
6 hours.
Oppenheimer is 3 hours long and Barbie is 2 hours. So plus like previews, you're there for a while. Well, thank you for watching News 8 Now. We'll see you back here later today at noon. Have a wonderful Monday.